season has changed in Australia. It gets cold. But number two, I'm actually inside the library right now. Well, there's not many people around me and I can't talk. I'm not disturbing anyone. But yeah, you know how libraries can get really cold. So yeah. Anyways, that's why I'm wearing a coat indoors, okay? But I'm still in Australia, for those of you wondering where I am. Okay, so the book that I've chosen today is Great TED Talks, Innovation. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip to the page. You guys can request a page. I'm just gonna read it. This is a reading ASMR, okay, with my American accent, American Canadian accent. Okay, so guys, type in a number. The page is, it's up to page, or okay, you can pick from 1 to 100 because there's 100 of them. Okay, so today's date is the 22nd, so we're gonna read the 22nd. So while I wait for you guys to put in your little quests. Hello, hey everyone, hey Daniel and Nate. Okay, 22, page 22. Foster creativity. Ooh, okay. Reacquainting yourself with your inner child could unlock creative innovation. Picasso once said every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. Design leader Catherine Courage challenges leaders to drive innovation in the workplace by igniting their innate creativity from childhood. As adults, we become laser focused on execution, process, and efficiency. In doing so, we neglect innovation. In her talk, Courage states that we create cultures where we are afraid to fail. And as a result, we do the same thing again and again and again because it's what we know and it feels safe. But we aren't able to innovate by repeating the same thing. We get trapped in the cycle of micro improvements and incrementalism and missing out on that great opportunity for creative innovation. As children, we question the world and we're curious about everything. For example, the average preschooler asks 100 questions a day. I feel like that's me. You can draw a lot of inspiration about creativity from your childhood. It starts by opening your mind, looking for new possibilities, and challenging the status quo. Just like parents foster creativity in their children, so you must do the same in the workplace. I totally agree. Do you guys agree? Because as children, we have creativity and we ask so many questions. You know, we're wondering, oh, how does this work? Why don't we do it like this? Why don't we put the block over here and build this thing? You know, and we're drawing all these like crazy robots and stuff like that. But then as you're growing up, we're told that, you know, that's not possible. Don't think like that. Like, obviously the block is gonna fall. Like, why even try to do that, right? If you put this and you put it on this side, it's gonna fall. So yeah, as adults, we are kind of like discouraged from being creative. Just stick to the path that is like known. For example, like going to university, or the path might be you have to eat meat to be strong. You have to go do the gym and lift 50 kilograms of weights to, you know, to be skinny or lean or something like that. So 37O says, my parents took away my creativity through Christianity. Ooh, that's a deep one. That is so interesting because religion can take away creativity, I think. Because with religion, you're kind of like, maybe you're kind of shunned for questioning things, really, right? Because you're like, but what about science? And then someone might be like, oh, but that's created from God, right? So for some people, yeah. But I feel like from my experience though, from like trying to learn about religions, they have been very like, oh, if you have any questions, like just let me know and I'm gonna try and answer them. But yeah, thinking about religion can take away your creativity because you're thinking of all the possible ways how we existed. And then when you talk about religion, it's just like, yeah, we're here because of a creator or something. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Michelle. LK says, I'm so glad I finally caught one of your live streams so I can tell you that I really like you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Yeah, I haven't gone live much recently, but I'm back here. Today I'm reading, and I hope you guys can even hear me because I'm in the library and I'm trying to speak very quietly, be demure. But yeah, there's no one around me, guys. Don't worry. I'm not disturbing anyone. The library is about to close too, so they're gonna say on the intercom, like, oh, we're about to close, guys. So yeah. Michael, you are looking quite healthy today. Thank you so much, 370. Thank you. I do feel a bit dehydrated. William says, I'm single and 32 years old. Okay, because you said 32 years old, let's flip to 32 and see if there's a message for you. Maybe that can answer your single question. Okay, our throwaway society. What can you learn from a scrapyard in Ghana? In Agbogbloshai, that's some place in Ghana, a community in Accra, Ghana, people descend on a scrapyard to mine electronic waste for recyclable materials. Upon closer inspection, there is an entire ecosystem emerging in which everyone is searching for something. In his talk, co-founder of architecture and integrated design studio Low Design Office, DK Osio Aser, advises that makers are searching for materials, parts, components, tools, blueprints to make what it is they want to make. Could we finally be moving away from the throwaway society that has caused so much damage on our planet? DK Osio Aser believes that we need to begin by adjusting our language and mindset. A dump is a place where you throw things away and leave them forever. Throw things away and leave them forever. A scrapyard is where you take things apart. Waste is something that no longer has any value, whereas scrap is something that you recover specifically to use it to remake something new. Environmentalist and innovator Binish Desai advises in his talk that the concept of waste does not exist in nature, but is generated by human consumption. As consumers, we need to stop looking at waste as being useless and learn how we can turn it into eco-treasure. And that is so interesting. So let's highlight the really important quote there. Waste is something that no longer has any value, okay? Whereas scrap is something that you recover specifically to use it to remake something new. That's really interesting. Do you guys hear it? The intercom? Hi, B3. B3 is in the chat. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in here. But, okay, the purpose of this live is to tell you guys that even if you're not going to school, it is really important that you educate yourself, okay? It's really important to have something up here and not just have nothing in your brain, okay? Sometimes it's okay to have nothing in your brain, like you just want to, just live life, you don't want to think too much. But what I mean by want to have something in your brain is that you want to see different perspectives. You need to have information in your brain and knowledge, okay? So no matter how old you are, if you're still in school, out of school for 50 years, you still should be reading books. Like, books are so good. And as a child, I hated reading. I hated books. But you just haven't found your books. You just haven't found quotes. You haven't found poems, okay? Reading does not have to be essays long. It doesn't have to be a fiction book about some airy-fairy thing, okay? It can be real life stuff, okay? It doesn't have to be a boring biography of someone's life that you don't care about, okay? Just go to a library and just explore the different shelves and different genres. It's so fun. If you like novels and that's for you, if you like your crime stuff, go read it. But it's really important to just keep reading and having new ideas of other people come into our minds, and we just feel inspired, okay? So yeah, it's really good to share ideas with people so that you can have your own ideas as well. That's one reason why I freaking love books and libraries. Now, when you're here, you just feel like, oh my god, I can't believe like this is all free knowledge. Like, that's crazy. It's free entertainment, okay? And it doesn't have to be from a book. It can be from a bottle, okay? If you have a drinks bottle, maybe you have an orange juice and you read it, like reading that is so important as well, like so effective for the brain. As a child, you know, reading, okay, this was distributed in by made in Australia. Like, we should be reading every day. It's really important to use that reading muscle, okay? If you guys agree, let me know. And one reason why I also hated reading or books as a child is because I just kept comparing myself to other people. Like, oh, I can't read as fast, or I don't sound as good when I'm reading, I'm stuttering. Like, it literally does not matter, okay? You can read in your brain, you can read out loud, but the only way to get better at reading is just reading. And it's okay if you stutter, it's okay if you know, bite your tongue sometimes, okay? Don't compare yourself to anyone else. You reread the sentence again and again until you get it, okay? And you can reread it anytime, okay? Don't compare yourself to others when it comes to reading, because that's what I did. And it just makes it an awful experience. You don't need to do that. This is your own journey, okay? Yes, you can spend 1 hour on one page, okay? Because I just love that page so much, okay? Hi Michelle, what are your thoughts on mathematics? Mathematics. I like mathematics. You know, mathematics makes the world go round. It's a great subject. But okay, let me start packing my bags because I don't want to push the library attendants past their working hours. But mathematics, I really do enjoy, and we should all focus on mathematics, the basic mathematics, okay? Everyone needs to know how to add, subtract, divide, how things work, you know, the basics. 180 degrees is a I just caught myself. 180 degrees is, what do you call that? Guys, what do you call it? 180 degrees angle. A flat angle. What do you call that? Oh my god, I can't believe that's just slipped out of my head. But like an acute angle, less than 90 degrees, things like that. We should also know some basic stuff. But for me, like, that's basically algebra. Like 8 plus 2 is 10, right? That's algebra stuff, basic stuff. But there's also the harder algebra, right? That we should know some too. But me personally, I have not used that in my everyday life. Like 2x plus y equals 16, and then the simultaneous equations. Like, it was fun to do, but honestly, I don't use it in daily life. It probably has helped my brain develop, but yeah, I didn't put too much focus on mathematics, just the basics everyone needs to have. But if you enjoy mathematics, that's all for you. But yeah, it's really important to be well-rounded in school. That's why we had so many subjects in school, right? We had to learn about religion, which we talked about. We had to learn about mathematics, science, social sciences, art, music, so that it develops every part of our brain, okay? And you need to try different subjects so you find what you are good at, because some people just naturally, math just makes more sense to them, or someone might be more English. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Mathematics is great. Love maths. Okay, reading, we can find information on any books. Yes, we have do we have flying cars in China? I'm not sure, but I used to imagine, I used to think that in the future we're gonna have flying cars that fly in the air, and like, that's what I thought. So I think I'm manifesting. I think that should exist soon, if it doesn't exist already. Wait, flying cars, is that just like a spaceship? Okay, Michelle, I really don't want to be pushy, but I fell in love with you. Is there any advice you can give me so I can cope with my crush? Please answer. Okay, so you didn't fall in love with me. You didn't. That's just lust. I don't think you know enough about me. So maybe you got to think about it again, okay? I think you're moving too quickly, okay? You're labeling things. I don't think you've fallen in love with me. Give you any advice you can cope just keep working on yourself, you know? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, okay? Keep going towards your goals and keep working on yourself as always. China is a master of those systems of equations. They use linear programming to optimize factories and get to this modern situation of being the world's factory. Exactly. So maths was so important. Like everything needed maths to create. Like the book, like this is all maths. Like how it's rectangular, how to make things faster, be more efficient. It all requires maths, which is true. All the drugs that you take, you know, making this jacket, this is maths. How many centimeters? 5 centimeters. How to cut it, you know? What's the spacing? It's all maths. Maths is so important. So we have someone saying, warning, warning system, you have to close live for 10 minutes, which is true. Thank you so much. I do have to go now because the library is closing. This is a troll. I am gonna go soon, but okay, I have a question from Daniel Edmonds. 2 weeks for holidays. We know it. Oh, I thought that was a question. I thought you were gonna ask 2 weeks of holidays or, you know, 5 weeks of da-da-da. Okay. Chris was hoping for a hot outfit today. Well, it's cold. It is a hot outfit. This is a very hot outfit. I'm wearing a coat today. You know, staying warm, staying toasty is very cool, okay? So there's a saying in Cantonese that's like, you lang, which is, you want to be pretty, but you don't want to live. Okay, well, you know, you're prioritizing beauty over looks, which is, you know, sometimes is a thing, but we don't want to get hypothermia here, right? Okay. You seem so charming. I don't know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, but just work on yourself, and if it's meant to be with us, then it's meant to be, okay? Heather says, please give me a shout out to Heather right now. And Tesla Bot, hi baby face. Hi Tesla face. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm about to head out with my Osprey backpack. I'm gonna put back the books. I'm not gonna take these books today. And a coat in Australia, lol. I know, like yesterday and 2 days ago, for 2 days, it was just miserable weather. Like, it's even worse because when you get used to like sunny weather and then all of a sudden it starts raining and hair starts blowing in your face, like you just get, whoa, everything just seems worse. So yeah. Do you have family in Australia? No. I moved here solo. I had no connections. I didn't know anyone. But yeah, basically. Knew no one, no family, but I've got me and I got the birds and I've got the nature and I've got the trees that's connected to everywhere. So yeah, just a Paris version. I'm an Aussie as well. Yes. Okay, let's go. What's the books? What's this? Stay educated, guys. Stay smart. Intelligent is really important. Okay, B3. Do students in China actually sleep for 2 hours there? That seems so stressful. Students everywhere are, I feel like, sleep deprived nowadays. But in China, I can definitely imagine it being even worse.
Embroidery.
But yeah, the students in, thank you. The students in China definitely work very hard because it's all or nothing. They have to fight. They have to put their efforts in school, or that's basically their future, you know? Sorry guys, the sentence probably did not make sense there because I was just thinking about life, but yeah. Oh guys, I am carrying a backpack because it's better for my posture. Now watch this, I'm gonna explain something. This is really important. So I used to make fun of Italians and Spanish kids that came to Ireland on a little exchange because their bags would literally hang over their bum. And I'll be like, why are they carrying their bags like that? I found out why. It's better for the posture. So the lower you have your backpack, the better it is. It is because it pulls your shoulders back, okay? If your bag is up like this, you tend to hunch your back. So let it go really low. Make it hang over your bum. And you can see now my posture is really good. I know it looks really stupid, but it's a really useful tip for posture. And that's how you see that then there's a natural curvature of the back. Okay, so I always would choose a backpack. Sorry. You okay? I choose a backpack over a tote bag so that's not on one side, okay? Because that's posture as well. Okay? And always be mindful of your surroundings. Make sure you're not in the way of people if you are in public. I'm trying to film. Just etiquette. Okay, guys. Oh yeah, maybe I'll walk down the stairs and we'll end the live. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, see, all those people were waiting for the elevator. Well, there are 5 stairs to go down, which is so fun to do. Should have just taken the stairs instead of waiting. Please remember my initials, LK. I'm 28-year-old guy from Slovenia. Hope I'm not too old for you. All I'm asking